oh. I said, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Hey. Hey, what's going on? It's the Tamale Mafia podcast, the place where everything and nothing collide, and I'm your host, Aaron. Hey, what's going on? Oh. That's a jamming tune, man. I have to thank Ben Sound for that one. Woo! Oh, man. It's distracting. What's going on, guys? Look, I said that I would be here twice a week, right? That was my goal. Mondays and Thursdays, and here I am. It is Thursday, and got another podcast for you. So this is a first. I mean, we didn't do this last year. This is new. I'm coming right out of the gate, like just nailing it. I gotta turn this music off, man. It is so distracting. All right, what's going on, guys? Oh, I was trying to get some transition music to use, and I like it, but man, it's this is distracting. Whoa, dogs are barking, growling. Anyway, that is distracting music. Do 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 do. So so put out an episode on Monday, and man, we kind of picked up right where we left off, because I'm trying to remember. I think back in the day last year, I was in like averaging around 20, 22, somewhere around there, listens per episode. So we released the episode. Well, I couldn't release it on Monday because the host site that I use, Pippa, the host site, since I hadn't logged in and hadn't really communicated with them and used them in a while, I had to kind of jump through some hoops, go through some protocols to get the account back up to speed. So it didn't happen by Monday, so I couldn't upload Monday, but I was able to upload on Tuesday. And since Tuesday, we've had, let me refresh this, make sure I've got the total numbers here. I mean, technically it's Thursday, right? But I'm recording this on Wednesday night, so trying to look at the numbers here, and so 26 downloads across the United States. So that's pretty cool, man. Kind of picked up where we left off, and hopefully we'll keep growing from here. I think that was about what I was doing last year with the podcast, because I know there was one day, well, like for a week, it was several days in a row, that one of my episodes, I don't know if it ended up on a search engine or where it ended up, but it was like 400 and something listens. But that was kind of an anomaly. I don't know what it was that did that or how that happened. And then it didn't happen again. So those 400 downloads didn't really produce like hundreds of new listeners at the time. So it was just kind of a one-off thing. It was pretty weird, but maybe it'll happen again. Maybe it'll pick up some steam here with this. But anyway, thank you guys for listening and liking the Facebook page, facebook.com/Tamale Mafia. So thank you for that. You can find this podcast if you're listening on your computer, desktop, or whatever, at the host site, pippa.io/Tamale Mafia. You can also get this podcast on iTunes, Podcast Addict, Overcast, and a bunch of other places where you like to listen to podcasts, and hopefully Spotify soon. But you can do that, or head on over to facebook.com/Tamale Mafia and try to catch some of the links there. I'm trying to catch up on some of posting links and stuff like that. I'm not very good at social media, so it's gonna probably take me a while to really lock in and force myself to figure out how to properly post. I think you're supposed to do like 3 times a day to maintain audience or whatever. I'm terrible at posting, so I'll go like days without posting anything. But I'll try to get better about it. Try to put more content on the web, the interwebs, Al Gore's internet. But anyway, so that's the deal. Where's my music? Where's my music here? Oh yeah. Okay. So I was I think the last podcast I told you guys that I have a new job, kind of a new career path in private security, but I didn't really explain much about what I do. I work for a small community that's actually like a small city. A large community is private community. Functions like a small city. It's got enough residents to be considered a small city. But that's where I work, and my main job is traffic enforcement. So we have speed limit laws and traffic laws and stuff, and my job is to make sure that those laws are being maintained or abided by. And so occasionally I have to write speeding tickets and things like that. It's really a lot of fun because it's different every day, man. You just never know what you're going to get or what you're going to run into. But I met this lady via my job. I mean, I have one of those jobs where it's like, if we don't meet and we don't know each other, it's probably better for you, because if we do meet and I do know who you are, you've done something to get on my radar. But anyway, this lady, man, she was speeding, and so I pulled her over, and she pulled into a parking lot. I pulled in behind her, lights on and everything. It's a typical traffic stop. And so I walk up to the window, and the window's just up. She's like scrolling on her phone, and so I knock on the window, and she rolls it down, and she's like, "Yeah," and just I can tell right off the bat, man, this one's gonna be fun. And so I'm like, introduce myself and tell her, kind of go through my thing and say, "Yeah, you were speeding." And she goes, "Excuse me?" I was like, "Oh man, okay." In my head, I'm just like, "Wow, all kinds of attitude." So I was like, "Well, I've got you, had you speeding there." And anyway, so I go, I was like, "Can I get do you have your driver's license on you?" And she goes, "Yeah." So she gives it to me, and and so she tells me that she's, we're like, I'm trying to have a conversation with her and try to figure out who she is and what she does and stuff. But she's just not providing me good answers. I mean, she's just very, very much attitude. And so she ends up telling me that she's a yoga instructor, which I found really funny, because most yoga instructors are supposed to be Zen, right? Like, have a very Zen presence and very like chill, man, everything's cool. She was the Unzeniest yoga instructor ever that I've ever met. I mean, she had no chill to her whatsoever. She was totally unzen, and she's just like straight up RBF, like just drilling me with her eyes. Like, she was wearing sunglasses, but I could tell like she was just like drilling into my brain, like just sending daggers through her eyes at me, like. And she wasn't being like hateful or mean or anything. It was just the sheer like hatred in her on her face and in her responses to me when I was talking to her. So I was just kind of blown away that she was a yoga instructor. So I was like, what kind of yoga instructor is so super unzen, man? Like, she has the presence of just like a little pit bull. And so while I was filling out her speeding ticket, I told her, I was like, so are you familiar with our speed limits here? And she said, no. And right after she had told me that she's been, driving our streets for a long time. And so I was like, so you're not familiar with our speed limits? And she goes, no. And I said, well, the speed limit here is 25. And she said, I'll take that into consideration. And I was just blew my mind because I've never had anybody say that before. I've had people say like, that is too damn slow, man. Or, that's ridiculous or whatever. What is this? It's a school zone. I've had all kinds of like responses, but I've never had anybody say, I'll take that into consideration. I was just like, wow. So yeah, I tell her the speed limit's 25. She goes, I'll take that into consideration. And I was like, well, if you don't take it into consideration and you keep speeding, you're going to keep getting speeding tickets. So, yeah, I would take that into consideration. And so she hands me her driver's license, right? And so I fill out her information. I hand her back her driver's license, and she goes, that's all wrong. And I was like, what's all wrong? She goes, that information that you just wrote down, I don't live there. And I was like, I said, well, it's the information on your driver's license. She goes, yeah, it's not right. I was like, so you don't live at this address? She goes, no, I moved. And I was like, okay, well, how long has this information been incorrect? And she goes, just a couple weeks. I said, oh, okay. So what is your current address? She goes, it's a P.O. box. I said, you live at a P.O. box? And she goes, no, it's where I get my mail. And so I just looked at her, and then she said, do you want my address or not? I said, no, I don't. Like, this is strictly for identification purposes only. I'm not going to mail you anything, but I mean, oh, dude, just the sheer like attitude coming off of her was just, it was more than I could stand. I mean, I was just like, oh, I was thinking, can you imagine being in this yoga class? Like, excuse me? I said downward dog. You're doing warrior pose? Ugh. I'd be like, ma'am, I'm kind of a big fat guy. I can't bend that way. And she says, I'll take that into consideration. Like, just the Unzeniest yoga instructor ever. And then, like, what if you were... Then I like took it a step further because, after the encounter was over and I drove away and everything, I was just kind of replaying it in my head, and I kept coming, like I was stuck on that. I'll take it into consideration because I've never had anybody say that before. It's like, it's a speed limit. It's posted on signs. It's like, you'll take it into consideration. Like, it's not up for a debate or vote. It's like, it's a law. And so she was, I was kind of like replaying in my head. I was like, what if you were in a relationship with this woman and you're like, babe, I got to talk to you because, the thing you do is just, you leave your socks all over the floor. And, I mean, it's kind of driving me crazy. And she's like, I'll take that into consideration. I mean, I would like, oh man, I don't know. I would have to break up with that attitude. It wouldn't be her. It would be like, it's not you, it's your attitude. You're fine. I like you, but I can't stand your attitude. I don't know what is going on here. So yeah, that was, oh man, I don't know, dude. The Unzeniest, I'll say it again, the Unzeniest yoga instructor I've ever met in my life. It was wild. But dude, I've been going to the gym. I just got back from the gym. I was kind of stretching here on the microphone while I'm talking, and like my shoulders are really sore. So I've been going to the gym because I'm trying to get back in it, man. I'm trying to unleash the beast, get back in the zone. It's been a while since I worked out, and I'm, fat and out of shape and just not doing, I'm not in peak physical performance shape, where it's like, especially for my job, it's like I'm strong, but I'm not fast. So if I have to like pick somebody up or wrestle somebody one-on-one to the ground, I can do that. But chasing somebody, I'm done. I'm not going to chase anybody anywhere. There's no way. So I've been going to the gym, trying to eat better, trying to lose weight, trying to get myself back in shape and stuff. And I don't know what it is, man. There's like, okay, the gym that I work out at it's kind of, it's like at a part of a hospital, which is cool for me because I'm like, dude, if I drop dead from asthma or a stroke or something, if I stroke out, their freaking medical staff is right here, literally on, like, watching me work out. So that's pretty cool. But it also attracts like a lot of older people. So there's really, really like a geriatric group there, that, is just trying to maintain their health, or they're recovering from surgery or things like that. So that's kind of the group of people that I work out with. A lot of gray hair, a lot of real slow movements. I'm, over here killing it with my 150 pound plates and stuff. And people are like, working out around me, like with their little 2 pound weights and stuff. It's fine. It's not a competition. It's just, that's just the environment, and it's fine for me. I feel comfortable there because I guess I'm used to hanging out with old people. I don't know. But the other day I was working on this one machine, like a chest press or something, shoulder press, I think. And this guy walks by, this like a young dude walks by, and he was like, okay, it was like he just stepped off the Jersey Shore. This guy, first of all, he had a Kangol hat on backwards, okay, with Bluetooth over the ear, like giant headphones, studio headphones, right? He had a tank top that had like the little skinny spaghetti strap thing that had the big openings all the way down to his waistline with like his nipples hanging out. With like jogger pants, I don't know, some kind of shoes or whatever. But he walked by me, and I mean, he was like, what's that noise? Walker, stop. My dog just like chewing on his foot. Anyway, or something, I don't know. Anyway, this guy walks by me, and the whole like room smells like this, like Axe body spray. I was like, ugh. I mean, you could like a trail. Like he walked by, and for like minutes afterward, I could still smell this body splash, whatever. Like he was sitting in his car, just bathing in it, making sure, just in case there was a honey. I'm like, dude, look around you. I don't know, maybe he's into the granny thing, but man, there's no honeys here. Promise. It's like 80 and above. So he struts around, and he goes over to like the free weights dumbbells section. And I was headed over there. I was going to go over there as part of what I do in my routine. So I was thinking, oh, this guy's going to show out. He's going to be over there like huffing and puffing in the mirror, flexing and that kind of stuff, taking selfies and whatnots. So I made my way over there, and I come around the corner, and this dude, he's standing there. He's got a 5 pound, it's like, I think the lowest weight is 5 pound dumbbells. He's got 5 pound dumbbells, and he's like working his wrists, like, ugh. And I'm imagining that he's in rhythm with whatever song is in his head, or that he's listening to on his Bluetooth headphones. And he's just, working his wrist with these 5 pound dumbbells. And then he switches over to like some other kind of like military salute, almost like a like a Hitler kind of salute, holding the dumbbell out straight in front of him, and then slowly bringing it back down to his waist, and then back up. Switching arms, which is fine. I mean, I've done that move myself, but this like 5-pound dumbbells, and he's like, yeah, like I don't know, man. What is that? Is it like precision? Like the 5-pound dumbbells help with the precision muscles. Like it gets you the little tweaks in there or something. Like 10 pound, 15, 20 pounds. Don't do those. We gotta stick with the 5s, because the 5s is where it's at, I guess. I don't know, man. And he just, the stuff he was doing was just driving me crazy. And he was just very like, like, and I guess I've grunted and huffed and puffed myself, but just not with 5-pound dumbbells. I don't know, man. I don't know. It was odd. I just hadn't seen it before. It didn't match the picture, When I see like a 78-year-old guy working out with 5-pound dumbbells, it makes sense to me. But like this dude was like probably in his early 20s, late teens, and he was dressed, like I said, like Jersey Shore guy, and then he was working with the 5-pounders, and he was lean. He wasn't like fat or anything. I don't know. It was just odd. Maybe I'm being a hater. Aaron, you're being a hater. Okay, I'm being a hater. It's just, I don't understand guys that work out like that, man. They like get all douched out to work out. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And if I'm being a hater, I'm sorry. If that's how you work out, you got the nipples hanging out, and you're with your Kangol hat and Bluetooth headphones, and you're killing those 5-pounders, man. I guess at least you're in there, right? Jeez, I'm sounding like a dick. At least you're there. All right, at least she was there. I just don't want to have to see your nipples and smell you. Oh man, where's my music? There it is. Oh. Hey guys, you can find the Tamale Mafia podcast on iTunes, Podcast Addict, Overcast, and a bunch of other places. Probably on your favorite podcast app, except for Spotify. We're not there yet. I've submitted, and hopefully we'll be on Spotify soon. Or you can check out our host site, shows.pippa.io/Tamale Mafia. That's shows.pippa.io/Tamale Mafia. Or you can check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Tamale Mafia. You thought it was over. I thought it was over too. Oh, okay, there it is. Oh man. So let's see what's going on here. Today's Thursday, and I wanted to take a look at some things that were going on in the news, because we had some sad news, pretty sad news this week, and it was just kind of a refresher course for my brain about why I need to be in the gym. And so, yeah, man, unfortunately Luke Perry passed away. That's sad, dude. People, it seems like the majority of celebrities that have passed away recently that I've heard of, or that kind of in the circle of people that I follow, have been suicides. which is horrible. I mean, it's really sad. But man, to die of a stroke. I mean, this guy was 52 years old, and to go out like that, it was like, I don't know. When I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to watch most TV shows, especially if they were modern TV shows. I could watch shows that were in black and white all day long, the old reruns. Modern shows I wasn't really allowed to watch. So Beverly Hills 90210 was definitely out the door. Like, there's no way I was going to be allowed to watch that show. That show was like the quintessential sin show. Everything that's wrong with the world is Beverly Hills 90210, right? So I didn't know that Luke Perry, but I knew who he was. I wasn't so sheltered from the world that I didn't know who he was. I just didn't know his show. I wasn't allowed to watch it. Once I got a little older, kind of towards the end of the show, and then when they revamped it or whatever, I don't know what they did there, but he was very popular with girls that I liked or that I dated in high school age. So definitely knew who Luke Perry was back then. And then I became a fan of the show Riverdale. And so I've been watching Riverdale since season 1 and really enjoy that show. And I liked him as Fred Andrews. And, I thought he played that character really well. It was very believable. He's such a good actor, and he was in great shape too. And that's kind of the thing that's like a slap in the face is like, gosh, man, he was in good shape. He was young. It just seemed like he had so much life ahead of him. And then to just go out like that is really sad. So, condolences to the Perry family, man, and all of his main fans and people who loved him, and the people that he leaves behind. And he's got a family and stuff, so that's pretty sad. And then more sad news today. We find out that Alex Trebek is in stage 4 cancer. That sucks, man. Cancer is a bitch. And so I read that today, and I was like, God dang, dude! Everybody's like, this is just not a good week, man, for celebrity news, I guess. But Alex Trebek. I remember when I was a kid and watching Jeopardy. I literally, okay, and I still don't know if how it works, but I really believed that Alex Trebek had all those answers. I was like, this has got to be the smartest man in the entire world. How does he know all this stuff? And, because the people on the show, the contestants were like mind-blowing geniuses, but Alex Trebek knew the stuff that they didn't know. I really, really believed that. And so again, another sad story there, man, but Alex Trebek is a legend and a hero. So yeah, hopefully, I don't know, man, stage 4 is like the end, but I don't know. I've seen people turn it around before. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but just not great news. But then there's a story, like if I look at my storyline, my news feed, when I pull up the news website here, I was like, the next thing in line was like Alex Trebek has cancer. Oh man, that sucks. And then boom, the next story, R. Kelly in jail again for unpaid child support. What the fuck is going on with R. Kelly, man? This guy, look, dude, this guy has been in trouble for since I can remember. I mean, yeah, he had good music, but he was like, everybody knew he was a perv, right? How is this not? I mean, this is old information. How is this just now coming up? Is it because the time that we live in? It was like, look, back then, Bill Clinton was the president and he was a perv, so pervs got away with everything. We didn't really care about pervs back then. We really care about pervs now. So you can't be a perv in this day and age. And so What the hell, man? R. Kelly. I mean, okay, this time he's in jail for child support. That's just an excuse, dude. They're trying to lock him up because wasn't it like he was waiting? What did I read recently? Like while he was waiting to hear about what was going to happen with his current perv porn child whatever case. He was talking to another underage girl like while he was doing that. I mean, he's like, so they just locked him up because I guess they're like, dude, we got to get this guy away from the general public, man. He's a nuisance, but he's been a nuisance since this guy's been a train wreck of illegally epic proportions or whatever. I don't know how to say it, man. Everybody knew about this guy, right? How is this new information? This is not new information, right? There was like a documentary that came out recently, but it was still talking about the same girl like he peed on. So I don't know, dude. And then this guy is like, "Oh, that wasn't me." Well, we got you on video. Nope, that still wasn't me. Come on, man. This is unbelievable. I mean, he deserves what he's getting. It's like, he's a piece of crap, so he deserves to be punished and locked up. But why wasn't he punished and locked up back in like the early 90s when when everybody knew what was going on? I mean, I don't know, dude. It's weird. It's weird, man. But R. Kelly, he's back in the slammer. Look, speaking of back in the slammer, I want to know, where is Jussie? Has anybody seen Jussie? Because I know this is old news. This is old news. It's on the backside of the news cycle. It's almost completely out of people's minds. But where's Jussie? He's not in jail. They let him out, right? Did he keep his show? Does he still get to act? Did they write him out? Are they killing him off? What's going on with Jussie? I mean, this is the first guy to look, man. He messed up. I don't know why he messed up. There's like people that believe that he's part of some kind of like anti-Trump thing. He was just trying to make an attack on Donald Trump. That's why he used the MAGA hats and this is MAGA country. But come on, dude. It was Chicago. You lost me right there, dude. You lost me at two white guys hanging out on the streets at 2 a.m. in negative 14 degrees with MAGA hats in Chicago, just hoping that they might run into you. I don't know, dude. Come on, Jussie. Where you at? Jussie's hiding. Look, I just happened to scroll. I was scrolling while I was talking about Jussie, and I got distracted. So I got distracted by this little article that says that R. Kelly went on a rant and said that parents sold him their daughters. What the fuck, dude? What? Parents sold him their daughters? Dude, come on. If a parent walked up to me right now and was like, I would sell you, no, not even sell you, I will give you my underage daughter, I would be like, get the fuck away from me. Don't ever. First of all, I'm about to call the cops if you don't back up right now. And second, I don't know, dude. I might have to go swinging on somebody for that. I just might have to start swinging. What the hell, man? That's it. That's an excuse. I gotta see this. Is that his excuse? Victims sold their daughters to him. In his first interviews as being charged with sexual abuse, R&B star R. Kelly cried and ranted about being assassinated, calling his accusers liars and alleging that people are after him for his money. Okay. Valid, maybe valid, but I heard he didn't have any money. Isn't that why he was stuck in jail for a while? Because he couldn't come up with the bond? Because he's broke? I don't know. Let's see. Kelly told Gayle King of CBS this morning that he never sexually abused women or controlled their lives. The 52-year-old singer was charged last month in Chicago with Chicago again, with sexually abusing 4 females dating back to 1998, including 3 underage girls. Ugh. All of them are lying, Kelly said. I've been assassinated. Really? Where's the rest of this? Oh. Dude, why? Why do I got to scroll down 30 times on my mouse, my little mouse wheel, scroll? Because there's all these freaking advertisements I got to get past just to get to the next segment. And it's like 3 sentences and then a bunch of shit more advertisements. Oh, my God. Okay. At one point during the interview, Kelly angrily stood up and started pacing, his voice breaking as he yelled, "I didn't do this stuff. This is not me." He cried as he hit his hands together. "I'm fighting for my fucking life," he said. Kelly, who was out on bail following his February 22nd arrest in Chicago, said earlier in the interview that he had done lots of things wrong in relationships with women, but said he has apologized. He denied doing anything against their will. Oh. See, I would need a contract. This is why you need a contract. Because I'm not saying that he's right here. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's full of crap. But it does bring up a good point. He denied doing anything against their will. Yeah, that's why you need a contract. You need everything written down. Hey, man, I agree to let this fool pee on me. Sign it. The songwriter said he believes social media is to blame for fueling the allegations. Scroll. I have been buried alive, but I'm alive. Come on, get to the part where they sold his kid or their kids to him. When pressed about whether he was attracted to younger women, he said, "I'm an older man who loves all women." Ugh. I don't know. That sounds like a shady answer, bro. He acknowledged being in a relationship with 2 young women who live with him. Oh, that's not good. How young? The recording artist has been trailed for decades. Oh. By allegations that he violated underage girls and women and held some as virtual slaves. Wow. Kelly has consistently denied any sexual misconduct and was acquitted of child pornography charges in 2008. How? Those charges centered on a graphic video that prosecutors said showed him having sex with a girl as young as 13. Yikes. Dude, come on. How do you get out of that? As part of his current case, Kelly is forbidden from having any contact with females younger than 18. Wait a minute. As part of his current case, Kelly, he's forbidden from having any contact with females younger than 18. Shouldn't that be like... Wait, do you need a court to tell you that? What the... I mean, isn't that like... Unless they're your family member, like your daughter, your niece, your whatever, cousin, young cousin or something like that. Is there any reason at all that a man 52 would be talking to somebody younger than 18? I mean, come on, dude. First of all, you got nothing in common with them. Second, I mean, you're a perv. That's all there is to it. Okay. Interviews with the 2 women who live with Kelly will air Friday. Oh, God. Including one who says she's being held against her will. Kelly suggested during the interview that the women's parents were in it for the money and blamed them for his relationship with their daughter, saying they brought her to watch him perform when she was a teenager. Ugh. What kind of love is it that keeps these young women away from their families? The interviewer asked him. What kind of father, what kind of mother would sell their daughter to a man? Kelly replied. So you're saying the parents handed their daughters... Oh, they give their names. I don't want to say them. Absolutely, he said. What the hell? How old are they? 23-year-old daughter for Oh, she's 23. Okay. Wow. Well, 23 is a different story. I mean, she may still be being held against her will. I mean, the dude is a creep. But I was thinking she was like 12 or something. I mean, anyway, rabbit trail. Man, I rabbit trailed that one bad. Sorry, guys. Hopefully that was as interesting to you as it was to me. That was wild. I had to find out what the hell happened there. Okay. Hey, wait a minute. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? It's time for a little of this. There it is. But I have a contract that says that you agree to pee on me. I'll take that into consideration. But your parents sold you to me. I paid outright. I'll take that into consideration. Oh, man. That music is intoxicating. So what else is going on, man? I did the news. I did the told my Unzeniest Yoga Instructor EVER story. I don't know, man. It's a Thursday podcast. Have you guys been over to the Just Breathe podcast? Have you? Hang on. How do I find it? Oh, wait. Let me get my thinking music on here. You guys are going to hate this music. There we go. All right. What else we think? Okay, dude. You have to go to the Anchor app or the Just Breathe PD Facebook page. That's Facebook/Just Breathe PD, and check out the latest episode of Just Breathe, the college dorm. Oh my Jesus. I was laughing. I mean, I think just because he's my cousin and I may have heard this story before, but oh man, it's a good one. I'm gonna have to play part of this for you. Let's see here.
Welcome to Just Breathe, a podcast dedicated to the moments in life that require us to do one of the most fundamentally mundane activities, breathe. Sometimes funny, sometimes sad, sometimes scary, hopefully always entertaining. I'm your host, Paul, and I'm glad you decided to check out the podcast. If you can do me a favor, please favorite, subscribe, comment, and especially share if you find any moment of this podcast episode even accidentally interesting.
Yeah.
You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and many other platforms. You can also check out the Facebook page by searching facebook.com/justbreathepd.
Yeah.
Now let's get this episode started.
Do it. Okay, I'm going to find a part that I'm going to play for you guys. I will be right back. Okay, in this podcast, in this episode, Paul's talking about how he went to a basketball tournament in high school. He's a senior in high school. He went to a basketball tournament and stayed in the college dorm. And these college guys came and visited them at night. And they're all excited because these college guys were like, "Oh my God, you guys are so cool! Y'all are in high school." And so, here we'll pick it up there.
And again, we're like fully watching this as a movie. Like, oh my God, this is pretty cool, man. These college guys, and look how he's doing 3 power sit-ups. And so they ask, "Hey, one of you guys want to try?" Who volunteers? Paul volunteers. I'm a senior. I'm cool. I'm leading the team in scoring. I want these guys to know me when I get famous. I'm like, I can beat 3 power sit-ups. So, college guy jumps up. I lay down and take his spot. I'm on my back, got my knees up. Same setup. One college guy is at my feet, holding my feet down to give me some leverage. I crank out about 6 regular sit-ups. Not trying to show off too much, but I want to let them know I have some abs.
Get that
I'm
core.
working with some good stuff. Not anymore, by the way. Abs are long gone. So I do like 6 sit-ups. And they're like, "Okay, you ready?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I lay down. The guy's at my head again with the towel. He takes the towel, puts it over my head. But when he puts it over my head, it kind of covers part of my eyes as well. And so I'm just like, okay. And so I do 1, and he's pulling back the resistance. And I was like, okay, I can beat 3. When I lay back down to get ready to do my second power sit-up, he adjusts the towel a little bit more. And now it's actually not only on my forehead, but it's covering my eyes, okay? I start to lift up. He's giving it resistance, pulling back on the towel. I get all the way up to 2. And I'm like, dude, I'm about to do 3 power sit-ups. That means I am not only going to be the best high school power sit-upper guy, I'm about to tie the college guy that just did 3.
Oh my God. Dude. The story just gets better from there. You'll have to go to the app or to your favorite platform and find Just Breathe and listen to the rest of this story. I mean, the beginning of the story is also great, but the ending, oh my God, it just gets better. So, I mean, for those of you who know what power sit-ups are, you know where the story is going. But there's no lack of hilarity in his description of exactly what happened. Oh yeah, so go check it out, man. That's the Just Breathe podcast. My cousin Paul putting himself out there, being hilarious, opening his heart, man. He has an episode that he put out this week that is just heart-wrenching. I was actually at the gym when I saw it come up, and I listened to it, and man, it got me. Paul and his wife several years ago, I think 8 years ago now, lost a baby girl, and yeah, she passed away, and he goes, it was like her birthday would have been Tuesday, I think, and so man, he talks about that. He talks about the loss. He talks about grief in a couple of episodes, and it's just captivating. It's heart-wrenching, but it's also just like really encouraging because of what they went through and how far they've come from those days, and recalling his recount of how it happened. And man, he wrote this beautiful story that was like from his daughter's perspective of what happened as she was, when she passed away. And it's just, oh my God, it's heart-wrenching, but it's also absolutely beautiful tribute to her. And if you've lost someone, you know what that feels like. If you've lost a child, you definitely know what that feels like. And so he really, really put himself out there. And I mean, 90% of the stuff that he does is hilarious. He's one of the funniest people I know, but also such a genuine portrayal of just who he is and what he deals with. And so it's just really, really awesome to listen to and just be a part of his podcast family, and just be a part of his family in real life too. So anyway, you guys go check it out, man. It's the Just Breathe podcast, and you can find that Facebook page, Just Breathe PD. But yeah, the college dorm story was just freaking hilarious, man. So much fun. I mean, just laughed my ass off today. Anyway, listening to that. Okay, guys, I have said it all. I've said plenty. I've said more than I wanted to say. I thought today would be a kind of a short podcast, but I ended up rambling on and on and on. So here we are. We're at an hour, basically. Okay, so I've said it all. And the takeaway from today, man, I just want you to carry this with you into the weekend until we meet again on Monday. If you're going to be a yoga instructor, be Zen, man. Nobody wants a bitchy ass un-Zen freaking yoga instructor. You know what I'm saying? People want you to be Zen, man. You got to be chill. So that's the moral of today's story. Don't be a bitch. Don't be an ass. You gotta be Zen. Alright, guys. Peace out. The Tamale Mafia podcast is brought to you by me. You can find the Tamale Mafia podcast on iTunes, Podcast Addict, Overcast, and on our host site, shows.pippa.io Tamale Mafia. For more information about the Tamale Mafia podcast, find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Tamale Mafia. Our intro music is brought to you by me. Our transition music is brought to you by bensound.com. For more royalty-free music, check out bensound.com. Our outro music is brought to you by Lim. For more mind-blowing intellectual electronic tracks, go to soundcloud.com/getlim. That's LIMN. And as always, thanks for listening.